Welcome to Radio Storytime on CPL Radio. Today's theme is Sleepytime Stories. Hi, I'm Mrs. K.
And I'm Miss Heidi.
During the golden age of radio, children would rush home from school and quickly finish any homework they had so that they could tune in to their favorite shows. Children would lay or sit close to the radio in anticipation to hear a new adventure.
The radios in homes at this time were the size of a small bookshelf. They took up a lot of room and were very heavy. With only one radio in most homes, only one program could be listened to at once.
In the 1950s, small leather-bound transistor radios made listening to radio more convenient. Children would often take or maybe sneak a radio to bed with them to listen to a show or a story before falling asleep.
Today, we are sharing 2 Sleepytime stories that you can enjoy at any time of the day. Unlike the golden age of radio, our stories can be easily accessed. Radio Storytime can be heard via links from the CPL webpage, as well as our YouTube channel. You can listen with your phone or tablet, or even a computer. So grab a blanket and get cozy. It's time for some stories.
Our first story is Sleep, Big Bear, Sleep by Maureen Hildenbrand, published by Marshall Cavendish. Read by Mrs. K. Old Man Winter from a storm cloud spied his big bear friend in the countryside. He leaned to the earth and he softly sighed, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as twilight fell, "Drive a Jeep, Big Bear, drive a Jeep." So Big Bear yawned as he drove around in a Jeep on a road just south of town. But after a while, he stopped in a park, and Old Man whispered as it grew dark, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as the dry leaves fell, "Sweep, Big Bear, sweep." So Big Bear went to a house down the street and he swept each room so nice and neat. But after a while, he yawned again. Old Man Winter warned his friend, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as shadows fell, "Leap, Big Bear, leap." So Big Bear found a frog he knew, and he played leapfrog while the cold wind blew. Till all at once he fell to the ground. The wind through the trees was the only sound, and Old Man Winter said with a frown, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as darkness fell, "Dive deep, Big Bear, dive deep." So Big Bear padded to a clear blue lake, finding it hard to stay awake. He dove in the deep and he swam to the shore. He had never been so tired before. His head dropped down and he let out a snore. And Old Man Winter said once more, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as snowflakes fell, "Climb a mountain steep, Big Bear, steep." So Big Bear trudged to the mountaintop where the cold wind blew and the temperature dropped. He sat on a stump on the highest spot and wished for a blanket and a fold-up cot. Then he stumbled back with his eyes half shut. So tired he didn't know what end was up. Old Man yelled while shaking his hand, "Hey there, Bear, did you hear what I said? It's winter time, now go to bed." Big Bear's eyes were droopy and red. "You could have told me before," he said. He lumbered nearby in his cozy den, rubbed his eyes, and he yawned again. He put on his PJs and he blew out the light and he fluffed his pillow and he said, night. Now, a word from our sponsor.
This is Miss Heidi from the Youth Services Department of CPL. February has just begun, and we have a list of new, fun offerings at the library. The Winter Reading Challenge has ended. Thanks to all who signed up. We will be drawing soon for our grand prize winners. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. We will have a Storytime Valentine's Day grab bag available Thursday, February 11th. Enjoy a sweet Valentine craft and much more. These bags go fast. Get yours while supplies last. You can also check out our library event calendar for other offerings throughout the month of February. Now here's Mrs. K to tell you about a service we are offering.
Thanks, Miss Heidi. Looking for a great book that will interest your child or not sure what your child should read next? Our librarians are here to help with our new service, Book Match. Fill out the Book Match form on the library's webpage and submit it. Our librarians will hand select some books for your child. Once your selections are ready, we will notify you for pickup. We also provide curbside if preferred. Now back to our program.
Our second story is Have You Seen My Blankie? By Lucy Rowland, published by Nosy Crow, an imprint of Candlewick Press. Read by Miss Heidi. Once inside a palace lived a young princess named Alice, and Alice had a blankie that she always took to bed. The blankie was so cuddly, so soft and warm and snuggly. But one day, it went missing. "Where's my blankie?" Alice said. Alice ran across the floor and hurried to the palace door. She called out to her brother, "Do you have my blankie, Jack?" He said, "No, but I am certain that I used it as a curtain. But then a giant took it and he wouldn't give it back." Alice tracked the giant down. She rang his doorbell with a frown. Giant Jim said, "Come on in. I've made some lovely pies. Yes, I had your blankie, and I used it as a hanky. But then a witch discovered it and flew off through the skies." Alice headed out once more and knocked upon the witch's door. The witch said, "Oh, your blankie? Yes, it made a lovely cloak, but if I'm not mistaken, it seems that it was taken." She pointed to the trees where Princess Alice spied some smoke. So Alice went exploring. Soon she heard some noisy snoring. She walked into the forest and was trying to be brave. But then she saw her blankie with a dragon who looked cranky. "Who disturbs my slumbers?" roared the dragon from his cave. Alice felt a little scared. "That's my blankie," she declared. And suddenly, she realized that this dragon wasn't tough. The dragon sadly bowed his head. "It's just so very soft," he said. "Your blankie helps me sleep because my bed is cold and rough." But Princess Alice felt quite mad. What a tiring day she'd had. She tried to take her blankie, but the dragon looked so blue. And Alice thought about it. "Well, he'll never sleep without it. I wonder," said the princess, "if there's something I can do." Just then, she had a good idea. "Yes, of course, the answer's clear. We'll find you something snuggly, soft and warm," the princess said. The dragon whispered, "Oh, yes, please." He gave the blankie one last squeeze, then handed it to Alice as he got up from his bed. Alice and her newfound friend left the woods, and round the bend, they came upon the witch's house. They hoped that she could help. The witch said, "Try my snuggly cat. She's sleeping here inside my hat." "But cats are far too scratchy," said the dragon with a yelp. The dragon was now trying to stop himself from crying. So Alice spoke to Giant Jim, who offered them some pie. My feather pillow's soft, he said. Perhaps you could try that instead. But feathers make me sneezy, said the dragon with a sigh. Achoo! The dragon's tears were flowing, so the princess kept on going. They flew to ask her brother Jack if he could help them out. Socks are warm, Prince Jack replied. I've got an extra pair inside. But socks are far too stinky, said the dragon with a shout. Princess Alice felt so bad. The dragon looked so very sad. He sobbed, I need a blankie or I'll never sleep tonight. Alice stroked the dragon's head, and then she very gently said, Don't give up. I promise we'll find something that's just right. The dragon followed Alice, and they went inside the palace. We need something that's soft, she told him, warm and snuggly too. The attic had a lot of stuff, but everything felt hard and rough. Then in her bedroom, Alice cried, I've just the thing for you. With lots of noisy puffing, some heavy heaving, and some huffing. The princess showed the dragon, Look, my fluffy teddy bear. The dragon, beaming brightly, held on to the teddy tightly, and Alice felt so pleased that she'd found just the thing to share. Inside a royal palace lives a young princess named Alice, and now there is a dragon who will often come to stay. So anyone who's scheming, beware the dragon dreaming. He's guarding Bear and Blankie, so you better keep away.
Tune in next time when our theme will be Once Upon a Time. I'm Mrs. K.
And I'm Miss Heidi.
See you next time.